everybody, welcome to October, spooky season, and it's like 7:17 in the morning. I just got up and I'm super tired because I did not sleep very well last night, even with my medication that makes me tired, so just makes me super tired this morning. And I just wanted to kick off this reading vlog and say hi and tell you what I think I might be reading because I'm not sure. So for it's Walkathon, and I'm also doing an All Hallow Eve's Carnival challenge, and then I just got a bunch of books to read. I think I'm going to start off with What Lives in the Wood by Lindsay. I've been really wanting to read this one. Problem is like a lot of the books on my my list, I really want to read like right now, so I'm having a hard time figuring out which one I want to read, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I think I want to try this one. I think it's something about either the woods are calling her or the woods are getting closer to her, or she knows there's something out there. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not really sure what it's about, but it's a middle grade and I'm ready to get into it. And I also think I might want to try Blister by Jeff Strand, which is a horror novel for the horror group that I'm in, and that cover's like super gross. And anyway, it's about a woman they call Blister, and I think she lives out in the woods, and this one guy goes to a cabin or something, but that's about all I know. And for the walkathon prompts, I think I'm going to read or listen to Criminally Coco because it's a novella and it'll be quick and I might be able to get it done today. And then that at least secures 3 different prompts on the walkathon if I don't get to any of the other if I don't get to 2 other prompts by the end of the month. That secures that, but we're gonna try to do them all. We'll see. I'm ambitious. We'll see how it goes by the end of the month. Anyway, so yeah, we gotta get ready. Gonna go to Denny's and get some coffee. Hey everybody, it's a little after 10 at night, and I thought I would come back and update because I think the first clip I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to start with, but I kind of had ideas, but I wasn't sure. I kind of got a little bit of an idea going on now. So I started off with Criminally Coco by Amanda Flowers. I finished that while I was on live sprints with my friends, and it was just a novella, and it was for the walkathon, and it was to read a book with a loving grandparent. And I have other ones for the other prompts, but if I don't get to them, it can also cover Factory, which was read a book with a candy store in it, and the other one, Title, to read a book that has chocolate. It's about chocolate. Criminally Coco, good chocolate. And you'll see the chocolate bunny on the cover. And so yeah, I got that done. So I'm feeling like, you know, I'm accomplished because I got one book done, even though it was just a novel. But anyway. And I started reading What Lives in the Woods by Lindsay. This is a middle grade spooky about this girl. Her family decides that they're going to go stay at the, is it Woodmore Mansion, I think. Anyway, her father is he does restorations, and it's for his job. It's over the summer, and he's trying to hype it up, make it sound like it's going to be like super cool, but it's like a really creepy kind of mansion. And she looked it up, and there's like a folklore about it, and it's about the hitchhikers, and they're like about these creatures that live in the woods and all that stuff, and they consider that this mansion like a haunted attraction and people don't want to be around it. And so she's like, great, we're going to be living in a haunted house. And So that's pretty much all I know about it right now, is that she's not really happy about having to go stay at this place for a month. And so we'll see what happens. I'm 9% into it, so made a little headway. Also, during the reading sprints, I started Relic by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. I listened to the audio and kind of followed along a little bit. And I got to chapter 5 and I quit. Me and Breezy Ann, we are making our way through this through the month of October. Kind of a slow buddy read through the whole month. We don't have any plans on, you know, when we're going to do. We're just gonna take it a little slow, which I'm fine with that because I have like a ton of books to read, and so I just thought I would start off. So I did 5 chapters, and I might just do a chapter or 2 a day or whatever it is until I get it done. It's a lot longer than I thought. This particular volume here is 468 pages. So we'll see. I don't really have any thoughts about it right now. It's I don't know. They were in, was it the Amazon, and then something happened, and then they're investigating something at the Natural Museum, History Museum or something like that. Natural something. The Museum of Unnatural Mystery, and something has happened, and there is a body, and yeah, so about as far as I got in that. I don't really know anything about that one. And I also have decided that I'm going to keep this by my bed and read a couple chapters, I think, before I go to bed every night to try to get through this one. I'm hoping it's not going to be too sciencey. I mean, it talks about biotech stuff and all kinds of weird things in the introduction, like biotechnology. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too over my head with science, because I'm not huge into science and stuff. So we'll see. I'm more better at watching things like this than I am reading it. We're gonna give it a try. So like I said, I figured maybe a chapter or 2 a night, and we should get this finished by the end of the month. So that's my plans for right now. We'll see how it goes. Oh, so it is. So it's Saturday, October 2nd. I don't believe I have come in here and said anything today. It's just been busy. I went with my dad to Denny's this morning, and then we were going to meet with an insurance lady to see if he could get better supplement insurance, or at least a better prescription plan, because his plan is just horrible. And it's that time of the year again where you try to change up what you had from the previous year and hope that you change it for the better. And so we did that, and then as soon as I got home from that, I popped on the live with Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm, and Ro and Lee from Dark Roots Creations, and Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books was on there. That was cool. And we just chatted a lot and did some reading sprints. And then after that, I went with my dad into town, so I just haven't really read much. But during the sprints, I did listen to most of Botched Butterscotch, and so then I finished it afterwards because I only had like 90% left, or not 90% left. I only had like 10% left of the cozy, and so I just went ahead and finished it, and I'll pop a picture up here so you can see it. And it is I think it's 4.5 in the Amish Candy Shop series, and so it was just like 3 hours or under 3 hours. It wasn't real long, and not a lot of big mystery in it or anything. There was no murder. It's just basically try not to get it confused with the other point one that I read last night.
somebody's money went missing. I can't remember who it was. I think it's Amanda. She runs like a shelter for women, and she needs this money to run the place, and she was doing a donation thing and a fundraiser like thing, and somebody stole the money, and she needs that money or she won't be able to help any of the ladies or anything, because that's what she had done this for, is to get money so that she could help ladies. So she's really devastated, and Aiden is busy with some other things, so he sends I think it's Deputy Little, I think is his name, and he's supposed to be taking care of everything. And so Bailey decides that she's going to try to help him, because she knows that the Amish might talk to her but not talk to him. So she's trying to help him investigate who might have stolen the money. And so basically that's what this is about. There's no murder or anything like that. It's just stolen money. And so yeah, it was cute. It was fun. It, you know, wasn't really a lot there to really say much about. It was just another short one that I could knock out, and another one that I could check off of my Wonkathon list, because I was using that one for candy store, I think. Yeah, because they made a bunch of butterscotch and stuff. So. And Bailey runs the candy shop with her grandmother. So, yeah, that. And I don't think I read a whole lot on What Lives in the Woods by Lindsay Curry. I'm 14% into this. I don't remember where I was yesterday, but I don't think I've read too much of this one today. But I have read a little bit of it, and it's okay so far. So far, not a lot has happened. She's just getting used to being in the mansion, and she got to pick out her room, and I think she picked out like the largest room in the mansion, and her parents had to end up with a smaller room, but that was one of the ways to get her to be excited about going there, was to let her pick out whatever room she wanted first, and then her brother could pick out her room, and then the parents picked out her room. So yeah, not a whole lot has happened as of yet, but like I said, I'm only 14% into it, so can't wait to get to the creepy creatures or whatever they are that is got all these eyeballs as you can see. And I don't know if I said yesterday that I was reading this or not. I don't know if I said yesterday or not, but I am also currently working on Blistered by Jeff Strand, and this one it's about a comic strip artist, and there was these kids that were making fun of his dog and like throwing rocks and stuff at him, and he kept telling them to stop, and they were throwing rocks and really hurting the dog. It was yelping and everything, and so he gets mad and he goes to talk to the parents of one of the kids about it, and she doesn't seem to care if they were doing that or what. She's like, okay, whatever, kind of thing. And so the next time he sees them, he's got a plan, and he got a fake chainsaw and fake blood and all that stuff, and he splattered his dog with blood. And then when they were out there and stuff, he comes running out of the house, and he had a fake like head, and has the chainsaw going, and he chases them down the road. One of the kids was screaming and tripped and broke his arm, and so his agent is like, why did you do this? And he's like, well, it was kind of funny, and they were bothering him. And at the time, he didn't think anything bad would happen of it. He just wanted to scare them. Well, so his agent has sent him to go to his cabin, like in the woods or whatever, and to just take a vacation, think things over, revamp, and everything. Get him out of the limelight, sort of, so his agent can kind of take care of everything that happened. And so that's where all this stuff is going to happen with it's about some lady named Blister. That's all I know. And hopefully it's going to be creepy, because this is one of my horror picks for the month. So hopefully. I haven't worked any on these yet today, but I plan on doing that later tonight. this book has been kind of taking up my day today because I'm trying to find some recipes, and I've also been looking online to find some recipes, like really simple, like vegan or vegetarian or flexitarian type, plant-based type. We're not doing that because we think anything to do with the animals or anything like that. I'm doing it to try to get healthy, and my dad has diabetes, and so we're just trying this to see if it will, you know, we can lose weight or whatever. So if any of you guys are any of those things or like to eat plant-based and have any recipes, feel free to let me know what they are. So yeah, been working on that. And so that's pretty much what my day's been like so far. Hey, so I did an update last night because I was tired. I took a couple of my muscle relaxers and relaxed. And so I just thought I'd come on here and let you know. I did read a little bit, but not a whole lot, on What Lives in the Woods and by Lindsay, and I got to 16%, so like not a whole lot. I kind of made the rounds on a few books that I was doing. I didn't make any more progress on Blister, but I did make a little bit of progress in Relic. I'm on chapter 10 now, which is page 58, so still a long ways to go. This book is, it's small and the writing is really small, but it's 468 pages in this edition, so it's kind of chunky for a small book. And so yeah, I'm just listening to this one and reading along with it a little bit every day reading. And I did make a little bit more progress in Jurassic Park. I am really glad that I have an audiobook for this, because some of this stuff kind of goes over my head a little bit, and I don't think I would enjoy it as much if I was just reading it. But, and I hate that there's no page numbers on here. Okay. Okay, so I'm on page 53 and stuff, so not real far into it yet. And we're just now, I think, about to get to where they might go to the park. It's a lot different than the movie, that's for sure. Which is why I wanted to try it, because I was curious to see what the differences would be from the movie and the book. And yeah, it's a little bit different. So I'm liking it. It's just some of the science talk I think I would get bogged down in. I would get bored if I was trying to read it myself, but having somebody read it to me on audiobook, it's kind of helping. Huh. Oh well, so it's time to head off to church, so I will see you all later. Bye. Going to attempt to clean off the porch and get it ready for winter and wood. Blah. So, a little bit cleaner than it was a while ago. There's some leftover wood that we're going to use for firewood. It'll be a good starter wood because it's like really dry. And I'll probably have to move that when we get wood, because that's usually where I stack the wood. And over here, I usually stack the wood over here and everything. That way it's on our porch, so it's a lot easier to get to if it like snows or anything. Ignore the grassy weed mess. I haven't got that cleaned up. It is Monday night, about October 4th, I believe. About a little after 8. And so I thought I would come in and update you on how the reading's going. I had a pretty productive day working downstairs. I cleaned off porch. Probably had, if it came out okay, I have video of that, kind of like a before and after. Yeah, the porch was like a mess, and I have to get it ready for when we get wood so that I can stack wood on it. But not my favorite thing to do. But yeah, doesn't matter if my back is hurting or my shoulder is hurting. It doesn't matter. I have to get it done. So I just took a pain pill and got to work. And anyway, while I was doing that, I was listening to The Final Twist by Jeffrey Deavers. I need to get that one finished up. I only have a couple of days left on it before it goes back on overdrive. It's kind of a leftover from September, and so I thought while I was just doing things downstairs, it would be a good time to get it done. I think I have around 4 hours left on it, somewhere around there. I'm 66% or something like that into it, I believe, and I'm enjoying it. It's just I've got so many things that I need to read, and this is kind of like the day in the life of a multi-book reader who has so many things that she needs to get done and she just doesn't know what to read or when to fit it in. That's kind of what's happening like right now, because although I am reading What Lives in the Wood by Lindsay, I'm 35% into this one, and I'm enjoying it, but I forgot that the end of this Saturday, I need to get the scavenger hunt prompt done for Dog on the Cover or in the book, and that one's going to be the book that I'm going to read for that is The Burglars Ball by Julia Golding. It's the second book in the Jane Austen Investigates series. It's a middle grade book, so it's a young Jane Austen, and she ends up always getting herself into some trouble and investigates things. This time, I've read 5% of it so far, and this time, her older sister Cassandra gets invited to a ball, and she wants to bring Jane with her, even though Jane doesn't want to go. So she ends up having to go with her. And so I'm guessing something's going to happen while they're there, since it's called the Burglars Ball. So, yeah. So I have to get that one done before Saturday. So it's going to have to share reading time with this one. So got that. And then at nighttime, which I'm not sure if it's a good time to be reading these, but at nighttime, the two books that I'm reading at night are Relic and Jurassic Park. So, yeah. And with Relic, I've gotten to chapter 15, and that's 88 pages into it. It's 468 pages with this edition. Just a little short one, I mean, compared to this. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this one so far. It's pretty fast paced. I really like that. Like at the beginning, it starts with them like they're like in Brazil, and somebody is sending some crates or whatever to the museum, I'm guessing, and some bad things happen to the people that were handling the crates. And then now we're in part 1, where we're at the Museum of Unnatural History, and they've got these crates there, and some boys got kind of thought they would like sneak in or whatever it is, and that was a bad thing for them to do. And so now we have some deaths, and then you're introduced to Detective, I think his name is D'Acosta, something like that. And he's investigating what happened. You also have this guy, I forgot what his name is, Smithbeck. You get introduced to a lot of characters, like, right off the bat. So, yeah, Smithbeck. Yeah, so you get introduced to this guy, Smithbeck, as well, and he is supposed to be writing a book on the superstition and everything of the Unnatural Museum, and he's getting a lot more than he expected, I'm guessing, with all the things that are happening, but he's okay so far. I don't really have an opinion about him. It's supposed to be focused on the superstition exhibition that was going to open, so I'm sure that's the one that's supposed to be opening next week, and he's supposed to be doing a book about it. And you also have Margot, who works at the museum, and she is trying to figure out, you know, things that are happening. You've got the, you know, the dead ones, and then by chapter 14, we get introduced to Pendergast, which is, this is a Pendergast series. So we get, he's an FBI agent. He's from Louisiana, and he seems pretty laid back, and he's kind of fun. I kind of like him. The way he like sees things. Like there was another body, one of the security guards, and sorry if you can hear all these little pitter patters on the ground. That's my dog walking around. And anyway, and you can so you've got Pendergast, and he's looking around and trying to find out, you know, some things, where the killer might have gone and all these things. And he sees some interesting things, like on a painting, and it was just kind of funny how he surmised that that painting's not supposed to be so red because there's blood on it. And that was kind of funny. And so De Costa, I don't think he thought was gonna like him too much at first, but I think he's kind of thinking he might be okay. And so yeah, so I'm on chapter 15 now, and just kind of taking this a couple of chapters at a time and stuff. But I'm really liking it though so far, and so I may end up bumping it up a little bit. I was trying to take my time on it, but I might speed up a little bit because I am enjoying it. Then we have Jurassic Park, and this one, thank goodness, I do have an audiobook for this one, because the DNA talk in this kind of makes me just go, whoo. It's not my thing. I'm not a sciencey I mean, look at this weird stuff that's in here. I mean, it's this DNA stuff, and you know, it's just like, what on earth? And yeah, so it's okay so far. I mean, we've just now got to the park, and we're meeting all the characters. You know, we've got Alan Grant, who is the dinosaur guy, and we've got Ian Malcolm, who is the sciencey guy. And it's kind of funny because, like, I've watched the Jurassic Park movies, and it says Ian Malcolm is a balding guy, like he's a bald, and I'm like, Jeff Goldblum in that movie was not bald or balding, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, anyway, so far it's okay. I don't like the fact that it doesn't give me chapters. It just has a word. But the audiobook says I'm on chapter 19, and it doesn't have page numbers on every page. That's aggravating too. So I'm on page 113. And so yeah, this one, if it probably wasn't for the audiobook, I probably wouldn't be as far into it as I am, because I'd be like, sciencey stuff. But yeah, it's okay so far. I think it is funny because I just read this little blurb up here from Booklist on Relic, and it says, far above Crichton's Jurassic Park. So in other words, they think this one is better than this one, so that's kind of funny. And I'm reading them both at the same time, so hopefully I don't get them mixed up. Yeah, I haven't read any more on Blister, which is the other horror book that I'm working on. I just haven't had time to fit it in, so hopefully I will get some more of that read. Sometimes I read on it a little bit whenever I'm out at Denny's waiting for others to come. I kind of read it on my phone. But other than that, I haven't really read any. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. I just didn't really have any updates until now, because I've actually read a little bit in my books and stuff. So, yeah, that's about it.
I'm Debbie at Denny's.
Wednesday night because I like haven't got on here. I didn't get on yesterday because I really didn't have anything to post. I didn't do a whole lot of reading. So I thought now I would come in and kind of update you, even though, I mean, I haven't really made a whole lot of progress, but I have made a little bit. And it's about 9 o'clock at night, and let's see, we've got Jurassic Park, and I am 168 pages into it, so I'm getting there, almost getting to the halfway mark. Not doing too bad with this one. It's interesting, but at the same time, it's a little boring right now. I could do without all the technical DNA, blah-de-yada-yada stuff, and I just want to get to the action part, and we're not even into, like, what's supposed to be, like, the cool action-y, horror-y type stuff yet, and so I think we're about to, though, because they've just found out that, these dinosaurs that weren't supposed to be able to breed might be breeding, and that there's more dinosaurs in the park than they thought there was. So hopefully I'm about to get to something cool. Hopefully. But yeah, it's not too bad. And then we got Relic. And this one, I'm really liking this one so far. It's pretty interesting. I really like Pendergrass. He's pretty cool. I'm on chapter 23. I'm 154 pages into this one. This one's like 468 pages, so I've got a pretty good chunk going. My little, I'm not got that much done so far. It's not too bad. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's there's been these deaths at the museum, and Margot is trying to figure out what's going on, and the directors and all that stuff, they want to still go on with the superstition exhibit that they have. They don't seem to care that there's been a couple of bodies been found dead and like torn up pretty much. They just want to keep things hush hush and want to keep going. And Pendergrass and De Acosta is trying to figure out what's going on. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a blend of like creepy kind of creature type thing and crime fiction rolled up in one. So that's kind of cool. And so yeah, liking this one. And I think the last time I spoke, I said I hadn't made any progress on this one, but I have made a little bit progress, so I'll talk about it. I'm 15% into Blister by Just Rand, and it's not quite exactly what I thought it was going to be about, at least so far. I'm not really quite sure where the horror part's going to come in, but this guy, whose name I cannot remember. Anyway, he goes to this cabin in the woods, and one day he gets drunk because he's kind of bored. He goes into town, he gets drunk, and some of the local, like, I don't know if they were like teens to early 20s, a couple of them, they're like, hey, you want to go see Blister? And he's like, what are you talking about? And they're like, come on, let's go show him Blister. And evidently Blister is this lady here who lives in like a little shack beside her father, and like she's not really like held captive there, but I mean, because of the way she looks and everything, she just kind of stays there by herself, and her father doesn't want her going out because she scares people. And he looked in the window and he's like, oh my gosh, what in the world is that? And then he heard her crying, and the guys were laughing. But when he wakes up the next day, he's like, that's not cool. You know, he feels bad. So he decides to go back and apologize and everything. And he noticed that she likes owls, so he brought her a drawing of an owl because he's a cartoonist. He's like, I don't think this is very good because I don't really draw owls, but, you know, I saw you liked it, you know. So he's trying to be nice to her and everything. And then she wanted to check out some of his cartooning stuff that he's done. So he thought, well, you know, kind of as a nice, I'm sorry, another apology, try to be friendly. He decides to take her a couple of his bind-ups of his cartoons that he's done. And she's like inviting him in, and I'm like, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen after this, because it doesn't feel very horror-ish, but it's got to get there sometime. And so I'm wondering what this guy is gonna ultimately do to end up getting himself in some kind of trouble, whether it's with her or with the father. I don't know, but yeah, so far it's not quite what I thought it was gonna be like. But with Just Rant, you never know. So we'll see. I'm also working on the Burglars Ball. That was the Jane Austen Investigates one that I'm reading. I'll put a picture here because I don't have a picture on my Kindle. And it's going pretty good. I'm about 45% into it, so I think I'll get it finished before Saturday, which is when I need to get it finished, because that was my dog on the cover / in the book, and Garrison is her dog in the book, so that's what I'm counting it for, because it's not on the cover. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty quick, because like I just started it like a couple days ago, and I haven't really gave it a lot of time, but I'm already 45% into it, so it's not too bad. And I have also I put What Lives in the Woods on hold for right now, so I haven't gotten any farther in it. But because this is just how I roll, I have added a book to the group of books that I've got going here. Why not, right? So my friend and I are buddy reading this, and I needed to get started on it, so I went ahead and added this to the mix and listening to it on audiobook and kind of following along. And this book is it's large print, so it sounds like there's a lot of pages, but it's not quite as bad as that. But I mean, because this one has, yeah, it's got like 700 pages in this, so I feel like, oh my goodness, it's got 700 pages, but it goes pretty quick. I'm already on part 2, and I'm on chapter 2 of part 2, which is 171 pages into it, so not too bad. I got a little bit gone there. And the thing is I don't really see what the hype is so far. I'm just not really into it that much. It could change. I mean, like, it is a big book, and I haven't read a whole lot. I don't know what the percentage... I'm listening to it on audio. I don't know what the percentage is. I think I'm like 20 or 25% into it. But yeah, we've just gotten to part 2, and it goes back and forth. And I'm not real big on those kind of things where they go back and forth on the timeline. And so, like, we go back to France and how she made this deal with, like, a devil person or whatever. And then it goes forward to when she's in New York and, like, present day. And then goes back to France, and then back in the present, and then back to France. And all that stuff. And, you know, it's not my kind of thing. I really didn't want to read it to begin with, and I probably wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't for the prompt that I had to read a book that was either like highest rated, like everybody either loved or hated, there's no in between kind of thing. And I know, like, everybody seems to like this. Well, not everybody. I have seen some people that didn't like it, but almost everybody, it seems like, that I know really likes this book. But yeah, that's all the books that, you know, I'm reading and how I'm doing with them. Now you see how this is like in the life of Stormy, the multi-book reader, and how she gets things done. Because yeah, I've always got so many books. So like 1 week I might finish a couple of books, and then the next week I might finish like 5 or 6 books, because that's just how it goes. We'll see how by the end of this vlog, how many books I've gotten accomplished. But yeah. Oh, I forgot. I did finish something today. I did. I finished
The Final Twist by Jeffrey Deaver. It was a book I was listening to audio. It's a carryover from September, and I was just kind of listening to it a little bit at a time, and I did a lot of cleaning downstairs today and stuff like that, and so I just went ahead and listened to it while I was doing that, and then I was doing some things on the computer, so I was listening to it, and so yeah, I finished it, and it was pretty good. I would give it 4 stars. Yeah, that's all I have to say for today, because I don't have anything else. Hello everybody, it's Friday, and I thought I would hop on here and update you a little bit. I didn't do anything yesterday because I didn't finish any books or anything, so I just didn't come on. But I did finish a book today. I finished The Burglars Ball by Julia Golding. It's the second book in the Jane Austen Investigates series. It's about a young Jane Austen. It's a middle grade, and her sister Cassandra wanted to go to this ball that was at their old school that they had went to, and so she wanted to drag Jane with her. Jane didn't really want to go at first. When they got there, there was some adventures to be had. In the middle of the ball, they had some diamonds were taken, and they were trying to find out who done it. They accused this young black man who was part of the entertainment of taking them, but Jane knew that Brandon didn't do it, and so she was going to do her best job to figure out who it was that stole the diamond necklace and things. And so yeah, it was really cute. I enjoyed it. They're always a lot of fun. Jane is very rambunctious and ornery kind of girl, and she's just my kind of character. I like her. And yeah, I enjoyed that, and I have read more in Relic. I've gotten to chapter 30, which is 210 pages in, so I am almost halfway, but not quite. And so I'm really enjoying this one so far, and I am over the halfway mark in Jurassic Park. We have finally gotten to the good stuff. So it was probably just a little bit before the halfway mark that some things finally happened. And I'm trying to think back to the movie, and I'm pretty sure how things happen in here is not exactly how it happened in the movie. And so I'm trying to think. That's why after I get done with this, I've got to rewatch the first movie, because I can't remember enough of the first movie to remember what exactly happened. But I know in this one how the electric goes out and all this because of this one guy was doing something that he shouldn't have been. And when the electric went out everywhere, then the Tyrannosaurus Rex was able to like just go through the fencing that was there because it's not electrified anymore. And he is on a warpath, and the young there were two different cars that were in the park. The one with the paleontologist Dr. Grant, and then there was the Ian Malcolm, and the 2 kids that are Hammond's grandkids are there, and all kinds of havoc breaks out and everything. And yeah, it's starting to get to the good stuff. So yeah, we've already had the T-Rex has already gobbled up one person, but I kind of think he deserved it, so I don't feel that bad for him. He didn't like him. He just left the kids there to fend for themselves. He deserved to get ate. But anyway, yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. A lot of the science and stuff bogged it down a little bit, and I thought, are we ever going to get to anything like cool? But we finally got there, so I am excited. I'm really hoping to get this one finished tonight, or at least a good chunk of it done during reading sprints that are going to be here on my channel. I don't host reading sprints very often. I get nervous. But yeah, we're going to have them on here, and it'll be fun. But I'm hoping to get a good chunk of this done with this tonight. And I will be going back to working on What Lives in the Woods by Lindsay Curry, because I would like to finish this one up and find out what's in the woods and what's going on.
And in this one, I'm 34% into it, so I'm sure I won't finish before this week is over, but I will be continuing. So it is Saturday night, and I'm going to wrap up this vlog and just kind of recap what I read for the week. Actually, it was a little over a week because I started this the 1st of October because I just wanted to start at the beginning of the month and go through. Since I am co-hosting the Wonkathon, so I started off with, I listened to Criminally Coco and Botched Butterscotch by Amanda Flowers. One was number 3.5 and the other one was 4.5 in the Amish Candy Shop series. And these were both for the Wonkathon. One covers a loving grandparent and the other one covers the candy store, where I might switch it around and put, if I make it to where if I finish Marshmallow Mallow, I'll probably switch them all around, but right now that's kind of how it is. I gave both of those 3 stars. They were cute, they were fun, they were short. Then I read The Burglars Ball by Julia Golding, and this was number 2 in the Jane Austen Investigate series. It's a middle grade mystery with a young Jane Austen, and then this one she goes with her sister to a ball, and there's a necklace that goes missing, and she helps solve the crime. And that one I gave 4 stars too. I thought it was cute. It's just a fun middle grade. And then I finished listening to The Final Twist by Jeffrey Deavers, number 3 in the Colton Shaw series. I hope it's not the last one, though I've said this before, it feels kind of final, but maybe it won't be. I like this series, and Colter Shaw is a reward seeker, so he he finds missing people for the rewards and things like that. It's got an overarching story between the first one and to this one about his father's death, and so we finally kind of get that solved and everything, and so it was pretty good. I gave it 4 stars, even though I felt like it was a little more disjointed than some of the other 2 in the series because of like everything that was happening. I mean, it was just like one thing after another. It was going. It was pretty fast paced, and I like that. But still, at the same time, it was a little disjointed. But I still enjoyed it. And then I read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. I didn't think I would finish this one quite as soon as I did, but once I hit like the 50% or close to it was pretty close to the 50% mark. When the dinosaurs were rampaging and everything, it just went really quick. I just wanted to listen to it because it was just action-packed from then on out, and so I had to figure out what was going to happen. It's a lot different, I think, than the movie, and now I need to rewatch the movie so that I can kind of compare. But yeah, I like this. I give it 4 stars. Then I listened to Spy School British Invasion. It's number 7 in the Spy School series. I can't really say a whole lot about this one because it's stuff that happened in number 6 is still kind of going through, like, consequences of number 6 is kind of, so yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't really say anything. But just think that Ben and the gang are in the UK this time, trying to end Spider, the evil. They're like, it's like Ben's nemesis or whatever, because Spider, for some reason, thinks that Ben has been trying to thwart their reign of terror or whatever it is, and he doesn't even know. You know, he never even meant to do it. Most of the time it was an accident. So yeah, but it was cute, and I gave it 3 stars. So that's everything that I managed to finish. I normally when I do a vlog, I try to concentrate on a few books and everything. That way you don't see how chaotic my reading is. But I decided to go ahead and let you guys see how chaotic my reading is. And so you will see that that books changed, books got added, and all that kind of stuff during the whole 9 days that I was reading. And so, like, I'm still working on Relic. I was gonna just take my time with this at the beginning of the month, and now I'm almost finished with it. And then I added in The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, which I've only gotten like 25% into it because I don't understand the hype. I'm not that interested in it. But it's for my All Hallows Eve Carnival challenge that I'm doing with the TBR and Beyond group. And it was to read a book that everybody loved. And me and my friend Barb are buddy reading this. And I think she's liking it more than me. She predicted that she would like it and I wouldn't. And I think it is kind of going that way. But maybe, I mean, there's still a lot to read, so it could change. And then at the beginning of the vlog, I was reading this one, which is What Lives in the Woods by Lindsay. But then you'll notice that I had to put it to the side to read The Burglars Ball, because I needed it to be done by Saturday, or today, and so we could talk about it, and so I had to put it aside, and now I am back on this one, and I am 52% into it, so hopefully I will get this one wrapped up pretty soon. I was reading Blister by Jeff Strand, but I realized that in our horror group we're reading 2, and we're not going to talk about this one until the 30th, I think, or the 31st, somewhere around there. So I'm going to put it on the back burner. Not really enjoying it right now anyway. And so we'll quit this one and add in this one. The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. Because this is the one that they're going to be talking about on the 25th. So I want to make sure I have plenty of time to get this one done. So I will be starting this one. I have an audiobook of it, so it should be pretty easy. And I've heard it's pretty strange and that there's a POV of the cat. So I don't know about that, but we'll see. So yeah, I think that's all the books that I have going as of right now. And I'm sure that will change by the end of next week. I'll probably have more going. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope it wasn't too boring or anything. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.